It's Monday, November the 16th, and I'm here with Sharon Collins, Chief Commercial Officer of AIM-listed Venture Life Group, Epic Code VLG. This is a company that develops, manufactures, and distributes products for the consumer self-care market. Sharon, it's good to speak with you.
Hi, Alan.
So, firstly, Sharon, for viewers that don't know about the company, can you give us a potted summary of the Venture Life offering?
Yeah, sure. So Venture Life was founded back in 2010 by myself and Jerry Randall, the CEO. We're an international consumer healthcare company that develops, manufactures and distributes products for the self-care market. And these are products that you typically find in the pharmacy channel. We have a global footprint. We sell directly here into the UK market and also into the Netherlands. We have two main products that we sell here in the UK, and there are two oral care brands, Ultradex and Dental, and they're available. We have very good distribution, very wide distribution. They're available in all supermarkets with the exception of Waitrose. We're online, we're on Amazon and Ocado, and we also have very good coverage in the health and beauty channels, so Boots and Superdrug. Outside of the UK, we sell through a network of partners. We have 110 partners in more than 40 countries. There's 120 of us in the group. Our head office is based here in Berkshire, and we have a development and manufacturing facility in Milan, just north of Milan, and we have an office in the Netherlands. In terms of our growth, we've had some really good growth over the last couple of years. We've had a 27% compound annual growth rate over the last 6 years. And that growth has been driven by organic growth, but also through acquired growth. We're vertically integrated. We own our own manufacturing facility, and we have plenty of capacity still in that facility for future growth. And finally, the last point to say is that we're cash generative and profitable.
Excellent. Well, Sharon, we had your Chief Executive, Jerry Randall, on recently to discuss the rapid progress that's been made by Venture Life this year. He also told us about the COVID Mouthwash trial with Cardiff University. And of course, there has been an exciting development on that today. Before we look at that, can you provide us with some background on the trial?
Yeah, sure. There's two things happening with Cardiff University. The first is the clinical trial, and then secondly, the in vitro study. And of course, the results were announced today, and I'll come on to talk about those. But in August of this year, we announced that we were participating in a clinical study in partnership with Cardiff University using our product Dental. And just a couple of words about Dental. This is a range of mouthwashes that we acquired 2 years ago. We've integrated the brand into the business really well, and the brand is in growth. It's a brand that has a lot of heritage here in the UK. It's been in the market for 25 years here in the UK. It's clinically proven, it's alcohol-free, and its key ingredient is something called CPC, or cetylpyridinium chloride. And the whole premise of the clinical study at Cardiff University is to understand what happens to COVID-19, to the actual virus in the mouth when it comes into contact with over-the-counter mouthwashes. So this is a study that started in August. It's a 12-week study, and it's hoped that it will conclude at the end of this year. And then the results will be published in early 2021.
Excellent. Okay, so of course we have the results of this trial today. Can you elaborate on those for us?
Yeah, sure. The announcement today that we put out was on the back of an independent in vitro study, and this is a lab-based study, so very different from what we just talked about. The clinical study we've just talked about is a human-based study, whereas today the results were based on a lab-based study. And this was done independently by Cardiff University, and it was led by Dr. Richard Stanton and Professor David Thomas. And the results showed that our two CPC-based mouthwashes, which are Dental Dual Action and Dental Fresh Protect, completely deactivated the virus within a 30-second exposure. So these results are very strong, and whilst the paper is yet to be peer reviewed, we view these results as being very promising indeed.
So this is potentially huge, isn't it, in the fight against COVID? So what are the next steps now, Sharon? What are the next steps for the mouthwash trial?
Sure. I mean, of course, we're very pleased with the results. I would stress that they are in vitro based results. And so more research is needed, and that research is ongoing, and we're involved in that. So the next step is to finish the clinical study, conclude it, and as I said, then publish those results in early 2021 with Cardiff University.
Okay, good. So on to Venture Life, can you tell us about some of the other key developments at Venture Life that are underway at present?
Sure. I mean, we've had a very strong start to the year. Our first half was exceptional in terms of growth. Just a couple of highlights really from the first half. Our revenues were up by 80% in the first half of this year compared to the same period last year. Of that 80%, 65% was organic growth, and 15% came from a business that we acquired in January of this year. Our gross profit almost doubled for the period, and our adjusted EBITDA increased fivefold to £6.9 million. And then finally, our PBT increased ninefold to 2.7 million. So a really strong set of results. In terms of some commercial highlights, we signed a 15-year exclusive distribution agreement with our partner in China. That was on 2 of our mouthwashes, the Dental and Ultradex. We also signed 8 new distribution agreements in the first half of this year. And this is our day-to-day activity, if you like. We have a team here in the UK, a business development team, and also a team in Italy. And their responsibility is to go out and find new international partners, typically over a 5 to 10 year period, who will then take our product and be responsible for that product in their market during the life of the agreement. So 8 of those were signed in the first half, and that news flow will continue as we go through this year and into next year. And then finally, another notable highlight was that we acquired a business in January that was earnings enhancing, and it's going very well. We've fully integrated it into the business. The business is called PharmaSource, and they're based in the Netherlands. But that business has now been brought into the Venture Life Group. We're growing the business, and we expect that to continue as we move forward.
That's a really, really strong set of results for the year, Sharon, I must say. It's been great talking with you, but we are running short on time. Before we wrap up, can you just provide some takeaway points for investors watching this?
Yeah, sure. I think the 3 main takeaway points that I'd like to leave investors with are these: that we've built a profitable and cash generative platform that's very scalable. We are very successful at making and integrating acquisitions and creating value from them. And we have the opportunity to do a lot more. And really, of today's results, Dental shows great promise. I think we have got a fantastic all-round mouthwash that's recommended and used by dentists. And I think today's results prove that there's a lot of opportunity for dental in the future.
Sharon Collins, Chief Commercial Officer at Venture Life Group, many thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.